Most people do not lose control during a sudden crisis because of a dramatic disaster. They lose it on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon, standing in a line that stretches 3 blocks from the gas station, looking at empty pharmacy shelves, or watching their phone battery drop below 5%. There is no major cataclysm, only a collection of small, completely avoidable failures for someone who had months to prepare and simply chose to delay. The reality that almost no one discusses is that the items that vanish first from store shelves are not specialized survival gear or military-style equipment. They are the exact everyday goods you have purchased 100 times without a second thought. They do not disappear because global production completely stops overnight. They disappear because millions of ordinary households suddenly realize they need them at the exact same hour. The brief window between the moment people sense that something is off and the moment retail shelves are wiped clean is not measured in weeks. It closes in a matter of hours. By the time the average person decides to drive to the store, the people who acted earlier are already back home, fully supplied and completely safe. Number 12. Fuel. Long before you ever need emergency food or medical supplies, the very first critical system that visibly fractures during any regional disruption is access to fuel. This is not a theoretical scenario. It has unfolded in the exact same manner during every major storm, severe weather alert, or supply chain headline over the past several decades. Gas stations do not run out because the refineries stopped operating or because oil tankers disappeared from the ocean. They run out because the local distribution network, which is designed exclusively for steady and predictable daily routine usage, is suddenly overwhelmed by millions of drivers attempting to fill their tanks at the exact same moment. A vehicle in modern society is not a luxury item. It is the fundamental operating system for daily life that allows you to go to work, pick up children, gather groceries, or seek emergency medical care. When people feel a wave of instability coming, their immediate reflex is to secure fuel first. And that rational decision made by thousands of individuals simultaneously creates an irrational, total deadlock for the entire community. Keeping your tank above the halfway mark at all times completely removes you from this chaos, ensuring that while others spend 3 hours in line, you remain safely at home. Number 11. A quality headlamp. When grid power unexpectedly fails, the immediate challenge you face inside your own home is not a lack of food or water, but total visual darkness. The instinctual response for most people is to reach for a standard handheld flashlight or to light decorative candles, but both options create immediate practical hazards the moment you try to accomplish any physical task. A flashlight permanently occupies one of your hands, forcing you to cook, treat a minor injury, locate supplies, or navigate stairs with single-handed coordination, which makes every movement slower, more exhausting, and far more prone to accidents. Candles are significantly worse because an open flame in a dark, stressful environment with children or pets present introduces a severe fire hazard into an already compromised situation. A high-quality LED headlamp resolves every single one of these issues instantly by casting light directly wherever your eyes are looking while leaving both of your hands completely free to work. A decent headlamp runs for dozens of hours on minimal power, costs very little, and serves as the foundational tool that makes every other piece of preparation in your house actually usable after sunset. Number 10. A reliable backup power source. A power outage rarely feels alarming during the first 15 minutes because everyone assumes the grid operators will restore service shortly. However, by the 3rd hour, a quiet and stressful shift occurs as your smartphone battery drops into the red zone and your home internet goes dead. You suddenly realize that every piece of information, every emergency contact, and every news update depends entirely on that single glowing screen in your hand. The objective of a backup power source is not to power your whole house or run major home appliances, but rather to maintain your primary communication channels, preserve basic indoor lighting, and keep essential information flowing into your home. A simple portable power bank or mid-sized battery station can recharge a smartphone multiple times and keep a low-wattage LED light running for days without requiring complex installation or technical knowledge. The primary mistake most households make with power banks is buying one, throwing it into a closet, and forgetting to charge it, only to discover months later during a blackout that the battery has completely drained down to zero. Number 9. A heavy-duty manual can opener. Canned foods represent the single most popular supply item that people accumulate in their pantries, including canned beans, vegetables, soups, and proteins. Yet millions of households store hundreds of pounds of non-perishable food, while relying entirely on an electric can opener attached to their kitchen counter or a single flimsy plastic opener that is bound to snap. The moment the electrical grid goes down, an electric opener becomes completely useless, and attempting to pry open steel cans with kitchen knives or hammers creates a severe risk of injury. A durable, manual stainless steel can opener costs less than $10, yet its absence renders an entire pantry full of nutritious food completely inaccessible. Food that you cannot open provides zero nutritional value during a crisis, making a manual opener one of the most vital keys to unlocking your household food security. Keeping 2 high-quality manual openers, one in the kitchen drawer and one packed away with your long-term supplies, ensures that mechanical failure never stands between your family and a warm meal. Number 8. Portable water filtration. The simple presence of running water from your kitchen tap does not automatically mean that the water is safe for human consumption. Municipal water treatment systems rely heavily on continuous electrical power, complex computer systems, and aging pipe infrastructure that can easily suffer from backflow, pipe bursts, or chemical contamination during natural disasters or major flooding events. What makes compromised tap water particularly dangerous is that it often looks perfectly clear, tastes normal, and lacks any obvious odor, giving families a false sense of security while exposing them to harmful bacteria or contaminants. Boil water advisories are issued thousands of times every year across the country, but if your home features an electric stove and the power is out, boiling water becomes extremely difficult or impossible. Owning a portable, gravity-fed, or squeeze-style water filter gives your household complete independence from municipal infrastructure, allowing you to quickly purify tap water or local freshwater sources without needing electricity or fire. Number 7. Over-the-counter medications and first aid. Most people frame their medical emergency preparations around massive physical trauma, completely neglecting the far more common minor health issues that disrupt daily living. A high fever that hits a family member at midnight, an allergic reaction, or a minor cut sustained while clearing debris can quickly escalate if basic medical supplies are unavailable. Under normal circumstances, driving to a 24-hour pharmacy to pick up pain relievers or antiseptics is a simple 10-minute task, but during a major regional event, pharmacies are often among the very first businesses to close their doors or run completely out of stock. A simple, well-organized home medical kit containing pain relievers, fever reducers, antihistamines, bandages, burn ointments, and a digital thermometer allows you to manage minor health issues on your own timeline. Taking care of small health problems immediately prevents them from turning into major medical complications at a time when local emergency rooms and urgent care centers are completely overwhelmed. Number 6. A portable off-grid cooking method. Having a pantry packed full of dried rice, pasta and canned goods only solves half of your food equation if you do not have a functional way to heat or cook those raw ingredients. The vast majority of modern residential kitchens rely entirely on grid electricity to power their stoves, ovens and microwaves, rendering the entire kitchen inert during a prolonged blackout. Eating cold, unheated canned food for days on end is not only unappetizing, but raw grains and dried beans are completely inedible and unsafe without boiling water. A simple portable butane or propane camping stove, along with a small supply of fuel canisters, costs very little and takes up minimal space on a storage shelf. Beyond the basic necessity of cooking, serving a hot meal to your family during a stressful power outage provides a massive psychological boost, restoring a sense of normal daily routine when everything outside feels chaotic. Number 5. Multiple ignition sources. Setting up a portable camping stove or attempting to light an emergency candle is completely useless if you do not have a dependable way to produce a flame. Ignition sources are so cheap and ubiquitous in modern life that almost no one actively tracks or maintains them, leaving lighters to dry out in drawers and matchboxes to absorb moisture over time. In an emergency scenario, searching through dark cabinets only to find broken lighter flints or damp matches creates immediate frustration and halts your preparation efforts entirely. The proper approach is to treat fire starters as essential tools by storing waterproof matches, stormproof lighters, and ferrocerium rods in dedicated sealed containers across different locations in your home. Rotating your lighters periodically and verifying that your ignition sources work properly ensures that you can always generate fire for cooking, warmth, or light whenever it is required. Number 4. Bulk personal hygiene supplies. The dramatic toilet paper shortages of recent years provided a clear, documented demonstration of how consumer behavior alone can completely collapse a retail supply chain within 48 hours. Factory production of paper products never actually stopped during that period, nor did freight trucks cease driving. Rather, millions of consumers simultaneously decided to purchase several months of supplies at once, overwhelming a retail distribution system that is calibrated strictly for just-in-time inventory. When essential hygiene products disappear from store shelves, the resulting lack of basic sanitation quickly leads to discomfort, stress, and unhygienic living conditions inside the home. Purchasing extra toilet paper, soap, feminine hygiene products, and trash bags during your regular grocery trips well ahead of time ensures that your household maintains basic dignity and sanitation without ever having to participate in chaotic store rushes. Number 3. Salt and basic culinary seasonings. Salt and basic spices are almost universally ignored by people building emergency supply lists, yet they play a critical role in both physical health and psychological endurance. During an extended emergency where your family is eating repetitive shelf-stable staples like plain white rice, oats and canned beans, the total lack of flavor quickly leads to a condition known as appetite fatigue. When food tastes completely bland and unappealing, people, especially young children and the elderly, naturally consume far fewer calories than their bodies require, leading to diminished physical energy and low morale. Beyond its essential role in enhancing flavor and stimulating appetite, salt is a fundamental biological necessity that regulates hydration and serves as a natural preservative for food storage. Stocking extra salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and basic dried herbs costs pennies, takes up almost no space, and ensures that your food remains palatable and comforting during stressful times. Number 2. Extra household batteries. Every essential electronic device you rely on during an emergency, including your LED headlamps, emergency radios, handheld flashlights, and medical monitoring devices is completely worthless without the specific batteries required to power them. Batteries feature a unique failure mode because they do not give advance warning before dying. A flashlight will appear fully functional right up until the exact second you turn it on in the dark and realize the cells have completely leaked or drained. During any public emergency or severe weather event, AA and AAA batteries are among the very first items to be stripped from store shelves by unprepared shoppers. Keeping a dedicated supply of fresh, high-quality disposable batteries stored in a cool, dry location ensures that your critical communication and lighting tools will work when you need them most. It is vital to audit your home devices periodically, keeping active spares on hand so you never find yourself holding a dead radio when official emergency broadcasts are airing. Number 1. Fuel management and system dependencies. Fuel appears again at the top of the list because it is the single foundational dependency that governs your ability to utilize every other item and strategy discussed today. Without fuel in your vehicle, you cannot drive to a medical facility during an emergency, you cannot pick up family members, you cannot evacuate an unsafe area, and you cannot restock missing supplies. Every practical choice you might need to make for your family's safety relies entirely on the assumption that you possess physical mobility. When that mobility is lost due to an empty gas tank during a community-wide fuel shortage, your options instantly collapse down to zero. The cost of maintaining a full tank of gas and keeping basic household essentials on hand today is minimal, whereas the cost of waiting until panic spreads through your neighborhood is completely unaffordable. Taking small practical steps right now ensures that when the crowd rushes to the stores in a panic, you and your family can simply stay home, comfortable, safe, and fully prepared.